What's up, lovely people? I'll go by the name of Born Fitness and I'm a fitness coach. Alright, so today we are on another episode of the Fitness Antidotes. And guess what? Today we are going to talk about one of your favorite equipment when it comes to what fitness. And guess what? We are going to talk about the treadmill. This is one of the most used equipment when it comes to fitness, especially with the ladies, right? And so we are going to talk about the history behind what this particular equipment or the inventory or how this came into existence and or the reasons why we are using this particular tool as a fitness equipment. All right, so the invention of the treadmill has a fascinating and varied history, evolving from ancient power sources to modern fitness staple. All right, guys, so let's proceed to the breakdown of the treadmill's origin. Now, the first origin to talk about is the ancient precursors, that is the first century AD onward. And so early forms of treadmills existed in that period that were often called the treadwheels or the polyspaston. Now, these human power devices were used in various civilizations, including ancient Rome, basically for construction. That was as part of cranes to lift heavy materials, grinding of grain, and pumping of water. And in these periods, animals were used to power these machines for agricultural purposes. Now, the second origin of the treadmill is the prison treadmill in the 1880s. And so the treadmill, as we know it today, though with a different purpose, was invented in 1818 by Sir William Cubitt, a British civil engineer. Sir William Cubitt, observing prisoners, conceived the treadwheel as a means of punishment and reform through hard labor. These early treadmills were large wheels with steps on the outside, which prisoners would climb for hours, essentially walking an endless staircase. And the energy generated in this grueling work was sometimes used to grind corn or pump water. But the primary goal was to inflict suffering and instill discipline. Now, the next origin to talk about is the treadmill as a training machine in the 1913s. The first US patent for a training machine resembling a modern treadmill with a belt was granted in 1913 to Claude Lauren Hagen, and this marked an early step towards its use for exercise. Now, the next origin to talk about is the medical treadmill, which was originated in 1952. Alright, guys, so in this period was when the first motorized treadmill for medical and scientific use was co-invented by Dr. Robert A. Bruce, a cardiologist, and his assistant Wayne Quinton in 1952. Alright, guys, so this machine is crucial for performing cardiac tests and diagnosing lung and heart conditions, revolutionizing exercise cardiology. Last origin to talk about is the home treadmill, which was invented in the late 1960s. First consumer treadmill for home use, the Pacemaster 600, was invented by an engineer called William Edward Stamp in the late 1960s. William Edward Stamp was inspired by Dr. Cooper's book named The Aerobics, which popularized the concept of regular exercising for cardiovascular health. And so, from a tool of punishment to a vital medical diagnostic device, and finally, a widely accessible fitness machine, the treadmill has undergone significant transformations throughout its history. I go by the name of Fitness once again, and this is another episode of the Fitness Antidotes. Don't forget to subscribe and follow all my channels, and wait for another episode on the Fitness Antidotes.